Welcome, everybody, to the Heartful of Hallmark podcast. I'm your host, Noah Kaser. Kirsten and Amanda can't be here right now. Amanda has a cold, and Kirsten is stuck at work. But I'm here, so you're stuck with me. But I'm not here alone. I have my guest, actor, legend, Matt Hamilton. Welcome
Legend.
in.
I like that intro, legend.
How are you doing today, Matt?
I'm great, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great. It's awesome to meet you. Been a fan for a long time, and I can't wait to talk about some of your films.
Let's do it, man.
All right. So let's start off with your newest film, The Cases of Mystery Lane.
Death is listening.
Death is listening. How did the character of Officer Newton come to you? Did you have to audition, or did they offer this role to you?
This was offered. Paul had offered on the first one. He said they're looking for somebody to be this cop. Small role in the first movie, but they want it to be funny, and it's going to be bigger in the second one. So he asked if I wanted to do it. Because at this point, I had done what the hell? What year? Oh my God! I think I'd done Three Wise Men and a Baby at this point, and I did. Paul was in Turner and Hooch also that I was in, although we didn't really share any episodes until the last one. And then we did. I played a movie. I was in a movie where I was his best friend, and that's how we met. Holiday Hearts, maybe.
Yeah. God. Yes. With him and Ashley Williams. I think.
Ashley, yeah, that one. Okay, so we really got along on that. We were kind of riffing a lot and doing this whole thing, and so. Yeah, he just kind of came to me early. It was like January. He's like, "Hey, man, we're shooting this movie. We're trying to find the role. Like, the role's not big, but whatever." And I was just kind of like, I read it, and I'm like, "Well, my scene's gonna be with you." He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Yeah, you know what? I'll do it," because we always have fun. Mm-hmm. And the first one was super easy. And again, there was like, I think I'm in like 3 scenes, but even then, they still let us play a lot, and they let us improv a lot, and it still made it. And so it was really fun. I had a good time. And then the second one, the first one was a hit, and the second one, to their credit. And you know what? In this industry, when you do a favor for somebody, everyone's like, "We're going to get you down the road." Mm-hmm. That doesn't usually happen. And not for lack of like intent or will or whatever. Just sometimes it just doesn't work out. Yep. But this one, yeah, I got the script, and I was in it a lot. I was the third lead. And so, it was a ton of fun, man. Ton of fun. I'll let you get some questions before I start ranting about it, but me and Paul had so much fun on that movie. It was such a blast. And it turned out really well. It's a funny movie. I really liked it.
I absolutely loved it. It's right now my favorite film that channel's done. With the mystery movies, they've been a bit, they're putting out a lot now, which I love.
Yeah.
But this is one that all of my friends have been waiting on. We're like, where's the Cases of Mystery Lane? We need more of Matt, Paul, and Amy. So that is going to lead into my next question. We've already talked a little bit with Paul, right? Yeah. But how is Paul and Amy on screen and off screen? How are they different?
Well, Amy's really prepared. She's really prepared. She's gone through all this script. She has all this stuff. She knows exactly what beat she wants to hit after what line. And like really focused, and she's a wonderful person to be around, like on screen and off screen. Whereas Paul and Paul are kind of the same thing, where we're like, we'll just change lines or change things and like banter back and forth. And Amy's just like, sometimes she's like, "Hey guys, can you just give me a heads up when this is happening? Because I just need to be whatever." And so sometimes Paul and I just forget when we're not in our own little world. But yeah, Paul, Paul's the same off screen. He's not as like I shouldn't say the same off screen. That's a diss because he's such a dork in that movie. Actually, cut this out. Tell Paul he's a dork. No, Paul's so funny, man. He's one of those guys. That guy can always make me laugh with a text or just like a line delivery or something. And there's so many times in this movie too where I like the way he says something. Fucking kills me. So he's not in real life. He's not that like lunatic quirkiness, but the humor's there for both.
so she has to kind of like rein you guys in every once in a while. Like, hey, give me a little bit of a notice where she might be able to play off of you, sort of.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And some people, everyone's process is different, and so, and that's fair because me and Paul are both kind of lunatics when it comes to that. But yeah, early on, after the first couple of days, it's easy to just be like, okay, here's what we want to say. Here's something like that before your line here. And she goes, oh, okay, yeah, okay, great, got it. So a little heads up is good.
What is your favorite scene from this new one in Death is Listening?
Oh,
that you had with them? There's one scene that I just cracked up. They are trying to get you to break so much.
Yeah.
Big wide eyes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how is he not breaking right now?
Is that the one where they're doing the breathing stuff?
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I did break a lot on that one, and it was just like, and then that leads into us going in the room and he's stretching. Yep. And he's got, I'm like, why are your legs so wide? Like I did I think like 8 different line variations on that. Like, where's your pants? Why are your legs so, like, whatever. So that's the one they kept. Or he tries to sit down. You know what? Paul and I tried to get an extended cut to go on the streamer because they had done that with 3 Wise Men and a Baby. And it was a big hit. And because we were, I think, 20 minutes over when we finished the movie, but a lot of it was so funny. And like stuff, even like when we're doing the interviews for the witnesses with them, there was this bit that was so funny where they'd say something that I didn't understand, and Paul's like, "Oh, the time dilation and whatever." And then I'd be like, "Hey, stop!" And so we'd all go over to like the see-through mirror. I'm like, what do you say? Da da da. Well, he said, so it was this banter, and so there was all these cutaways where someone would say something weird and cut to us over there. It was really funny, but they cut that obviously for time. And I mean, there's a couple other stuff too where it's like, oh shoot, they didn't keep that in. And I don't think they're doing. They talked about maybe doing a gag reel, but I don't think they're doing an extended cut. I could be wrong. Maybe they're gonna do something, but I don't know. It was a bummer. But that scene, and funny enough, we had like Paul and I too. Also, like, I don't know, like we've done I don't know how many movies together. We shouldn't be doing movies together. Like, we break all the time. I had to leave the room on the scene when him and the time dilation stuff on his coverage because I couldn't, like, I was like laughing, but I was trying to hide it. And he was like, man, and then he'd laugh. So I left the room for that. And then the scene where he goes to the door with the fake mustache.
Oh God.
And I rip it off. On his coverage, I just closed my eyes. So when we're shooting him, because he's like, can you please just not look at me? I can't, because he just would crack up every time. And then I'd have to look past him on my coverage just because, oh God, like we're like the worst and best together.
With Amy.
Yeah.
She had a phenomenal scene in this where she had a dance scene, right?
Yeah.
Were you there when that was shot?
No.
Oh no. Oh.
No. I think it was. I think I had arrived. I think we shot that. I think we shot the scene where I arrest Katie. I think we shot that right after they shot that. So I arrived as they finished it, and I saw the outfits. I was like, oh damn, I would love to have seen that. Yeah, even that Katie scene too. Like there's a bit when I read her the Miranda rights, and after the Miranda rights, I'm like, do you understand the rights that I've given you? She's like, no. Well, too bad. And we take her to the thing. It was really funny, but that all got cut too.
Well, with the streamer, we have this new thing out. I believe it was with Tamara Mori. She has all the stars on, and they watch the film and they add in a little bit each movie. So maybe that could happen with that. I mean, she had her own film, so maybe we could
So what
get
do you mean?
a extended cut.
Oh yeah, I mean, I hope so. Like, I just don't understand. Like, we had pushback at first because they're emailing back and forth trying to get it. Like, I don't understand why they wouldn't do it, because the first movie was a hit, and it cost like, I think it cost an extra, like, I don't know, 50 grand to edit a different cut, maybe.
Yeah.
Like, just do it while you're doing that, and then when you on the streamer, when it premieres after the premiere, I don't know, like 2 weeks or 3 weeks, I don't know how they do it. It's like a new version of a movie, and if it's a hit, that's like, people are going to want to watch that. I don't know. It seems like a no-brainer to me, but I'm not in charge of anything. So, also, I'm not dissing anybody at Hallmark, so still hire me for things.
Or put it on a DVD. I know tons of people who buy them and religiously collect them.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm one of them, obviously, but
no, we're on the same page here, buddy.
Yeah. So one other thing with this series.
Sure.
How do you take how to word this? Okay. How do you take this role and play this differently than say a Wise Man or something like that? A serious role as a cop where you have to be so serious, but in other roles you just get to just riff and play. How do you do this role differently than your other roles?
Well, I mean, that's a good question. I mean, the thing, like, I don't get to play the straight man very often. Like, that's essentially what I'm doing to Paul's quirkiness and her quirkiness. I'm like the normal guy, so to speak. But it's just a different, it's still trying to find the humor and the beats of the deadpan, or just a look, and it's just like mixing it up, where you just go, okay, this guy takes his job seriously. It's important when he's at work. It doesn't mean he can't have fun outside of work, but he takes it seriously. So he's not going to be goofing around. He's not going to be doing that stuff. But you do see a little more playful side with them once he gets to know them, and he's not whatever when they're drinking root beer or, and that kind of stuff, talking about robots. Oh no, wait, I think they cut that scene where me and Paul are talking about all those different robots.
Yes. Yep. Yeah.
Okay, never mind. I think they cut that scene. But, there's a little, it's different. Like with Three Wise Men, that's another one that Paul and Kim had wrote that role for me. And I just come off, I shot this movie. I was the lead of this movie. So it's like this rom-com, whatever. And I come off a movie where I'm shooting, like, I'm in every single day. And a lot of days are, 12 to 14 hour days. And it's, it can be kind of exhaustive. And then Paul asked if I wanted to do this again. He's like, I know it's a smaller role. I don't know if whatever, but it's, funny. I gave it a read, and it was so funny. And they also let me improv a shit ton. Sorry, language alert. But, it was such an atmosphere where they could just riff and play. And it was, it was so fun. So there's different aspects of it. And I'm lucky enough in my career so far that I've gotten to play the idiot, the goofball, the straight man, the stoic detective. I've kind of, I've done a lot of kind of all over the place. I haven't played like a psychotic. Well, I guess I played a couple not great guys, but I haven't played like a Jeffrey Dahmer, like serial killer kind of thing. That's maybe the only thing I haven't touched on, but not that I necessarily want to do that. But
no,
it's fun. It's fun when it works different. When you're doing the same thing every time, it's just, it gets tiring. And so for me, it's just like, how do I make this interesting for me and for the audience without trying to be like, trying to be funny for the story or interesting for the story, not, for my own benefit. Yeah.
With the roles, what's your favorite? Do you like a straight man, a funny man? What's your favorite role to play as an actor?
I like doing. I just finished this movie. It was a horror movie, and it's very not Hallmark. Um, and the cops are here.
Now the cases are in.
Yeah, cases are in. And then that one, I'm like a heroic tough guy. Like we're lost outside while somebody's hunting us. I'm the whatever. That's kind of cool because that's like I always want to do like an action. Hold on. I always wanted to do like an action movie. Like I haven't really been able to do that yet. I like doing Turner and Hooch because that was like comedy, but also cop stuff, and that's cop stuff is really fun for me. But I mean, the funnest, like the funnest I had. I mean, Three Wise Men's pretty hard to beat because I got to go like show up, 5 days on set, and every scene I'm like a 14 out of 10. I just like could just come in like a hurricane, and they're like, "Yes, we love it."
Yeah.
Like, okay, I'm gonna keep going then, and that was fun. Although I can't undersell how much fun I had on this the Last Cases one, and so hopefully there's a third one.
Mm-hmm.
We were supposed to shoot it in September. There's a script.
Okay.
But they pushed it back. I think they're waiting to see how it does, numbers wise.
Mm-hmm. They did come out, and it did very, very well. It did very, very well in the ratings. Very strong. Very strong.
Okay. What were they? Do you remember? Well, actually, what am I asking? I fucking know. I don't have any idea. I don't know what's good or bad. So
let me look that up here. So where I look is the last I saw, it was about a 0.98.
Okay.
Which is very, very strong. Very strong.
That's right around what the first one did, I think.
Yes, and what they don't do, they don't use any of the streaming numbers. So with like a friendly TV, they don't count those, and those add up to about 250,000.
Yeah.
So roughly about, if I had to guesstimate, about 1.10.
Okay, that's good. I think that's kind of what they're going for.
Yes.
Everyone I've talked to, like Joel and Margot and Paul, like everyone seems pretty confident we'll get one because we know the network really, really loved the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, hopefully, I don't think I'm in. I haven't read the script or anything like that. I'm not in that one as much. But I'm just like around helping them for whatever next cases, I guess.
We had a tease.
Oh yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, with her father.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where would you like to see that story go with her father? Where would you go with that story if you wrote it?
Oh, I mean, I think go into the I'd love to get into the gambling world and like is he like part of like a criminal organization or like what's happening? The FBI's in there, so is he part of like the mafia, the Chicago mob or Chicago? Is that where she's from?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. You know what I mean? Like, get into that. Although I don't know if Hallmark's going to do mob or mafia. But
they could do like a crime lord, sort of.
Yeah, I mean it's criminal. Like they, different. It's the Mystery Channel, so it's a bit different.
Yeah, it's a bit darker, a bit more.
Yeah.
Hardcore, if you will, sort of.
For that kind of stuff, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'd like to go there. I'd like to do that. I want to see. I want Joel, if you listen to this, I want Tom to be a detective. I want him to graduate into detective so I can stop wearing the police uniform.
So, moving into your other films.
Okay.
With Three Wise Men, how was that set? That set looked like a lot of fun with all the just pure stupidity in that film.
Yeah.
Was it like that offset, like it was in the movie?
Yes. It was good vibes, as chaotic vibes. Every day was, I wouldn't say stressful, but it was a grind because we got pets and kids, and you have all these different subplots, and it's a large cast. So it was a grind to get that done. Like every day, we're kind of like, I mean, every day. I was in, I think, 5 of the 15 days that we shot.
Mhm.
So I mean, I wasn't in that much, but I just know because I would talk to Terry about it. It's just like, the one thing they say is never shoot with kids or dogs or pets, and it's like this one has both.
Yep.
So because the kids that have like a certain amount of times they can or can't film,
Hmm.
and then they have to have a break, and then dogs are just dogs.
Yeah.
So it becomes a tricky kind of balancing where it's like, okay, we have to have this shot done because we can't have the kid anymore for an hour and a half after this. So we might have to change the setup just to get that, and then we'll do the rest of the scene, but shoot around where the kid would be, but there's no kid there anymore. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
it's just that kind of balancing act, and it's also just movies. They're hard. No matter how much money you have to shoot a movie, it always seems to be a pain in the ass to get it
Yep.
done. But it was fun. Like, I mean, if you've talked to like Andrew or Paul or Tyler, any of those guys, they're all awesome. They're all like fun guys to be around, super positive.
Hmm.
They never have a bad attitude. It's great vibes. It's a blast.
I'd love to have them on. Just timing,
Yeah.
but I'm hoping soon, guys. I would love to have you on here, so we can just have all sorts of fun and just guy time. And with Kimberly, bring Kim on. I mean, my
He's
gosh,
awesome. She's
awesome.
We went to her house to watch the premiere of Cases when it came out a couple weeks ago. Me, Paul, and then we had Andrew was out of town, but Andrew's wife, they just moved to Vancouver for the next year or two, I think. Like that. So Andrew's wife came to join us, and we just hung out, had some wine, watched the movie. It was fun. Kim's great though. Her and Paul. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say. They're working on something else right now. They're writing something that sounds like a lot of fun.
I do know that Kim just had a phenomenal film in the Real West, which was so good. I loved that film so much.
Oh yeah, with Ben.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, nope. This one is with Lucas Bryant. Yes.
Oh, Lucas Bryant, right? Oh yeah, those guys look the same. Sorry, Ben.
He
no.
he made a joke. He says, so everyone says that we look alike.
Yeah.
So Kim, our new film is out soon, and Kim's just death glare.
Yeah.
What are you talking about, Ben? They're shooting their new film right now, which looks like so much fun. I can't wait to see that. But Ben's a lovely guy.
He's so funny. He's a funny dude.
I'm hoping to have him on, which we have to rep his brand a little bit here with the RU hat a little bit. I mean, come on.
Oh, right. That's his thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which we are going to have our 2-year birthday coming up with that page. So happy birthday, RU.
Yeah. Happy birthday, guys.
But with the three wise men.
Yeah.
How is each guy by themselves, and are they just, how crazy are they together and apart?
Well, you know what? They all like Paul. So because Paul's a writer on the movie, and so and Tyler is super analytical. So they're always breaking down if they have to do a rewrite. It's like, why? Like they really get into what line should be said, or you know what I mean? It's because Tyler's got this really, really laid back kind of persona and personality, because he is like that, but he's also like a really kind of like analytical thinker, where he's like, okay, why would I say it like that here? Because the intention should be, you know what I mean? And so I found that pretty interesting, because that was the first time I'd ever met him. And then, yeah, I mean, together they're all, because Tyler and Andrew are cousins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right, because
Yes, it
Tyler's
is.
wife is Andrew's
Bruce.
or something like that.
Yeah,
They're related.
Tyler's yeah,
They're so anyway. So
that's
they're.
something.
I mean, and they all three of them, and Paul has known them, those two, forever. So they have this like shorthand and this like, they're all just. It's almost like they're one entity, and they're all kind of different.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I mean, like, Paul on those movies is constantly. There's not a lot of like, okay, cut, okay, let's go chill over here. And I mean, I'll go to Crafty and grab a coffee or bullshit with somebody, and then Paul's like,
Yep.
okay, I'm gonna go. We got notes back on this rewrite, so I got to go. Like he's on the laptop trying to do this, and talking to Kim on the phone, or sometimes Kim will be on set, and it's it's like a lot of work for Mr. Campbell on those ones.
Have they told you anything about the new one? Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, not really. I mean, that thing is kind of kept under wraps. It's secretive, so I'm just kind of along for the ride at this point, and excited to see it.
You're going to be just like all of us viewers on the 23rd of November at 8:00, right there with us on the couch.
I'll be watching on the couch. You know it.
And I guarantee you that film is going to be a massive hit. Yeah. I actually have a sweet story with this first film. So with my work, this one old lady, she walks in and she has a Hallmark shirt on. And all it says is, I would rather be at home with Hallmark. And she says, so do you watch these films there, Sonny? I said, yeah, yes, ma'am. Why? Her eyes got about that big, and she goes, you watch Hallmark at your age? I said, yeah, of course. Why not? One day I'm not there, and she calls the store and says, is the young man there? And my coworker goes, I'm not allowed to say why. She says, well, I wanted to ask him if he saw this one Hallmark movie that I've watched 15 times and I love it. And I want to know if he's watched it or not. She literally had my coworker get a note card out so she could write down the notes word for word. And all she said was, it's 3 men and a baby, but Hallmark Christmas. Ask her if you watch this. And I call her back. And she's so happy. She loves that movie. She watches it, I guarantee you, 15 times every like 3 months. She has it on her DVR, and she refuses to watch anything else. And her husband's so pissed off at her. He says, she won't let me watch any of my Westerns or war movies, all these Hallmark movies. And then he walks in so mad. She came in last Christmas, and all she said was, I got him to watch a Hallmark movie with me, and now he's hooked.
Mm-hmm.
And I went, which one hooked him? And she says, Three Wise Men.
Perfect. That movie's very funny. That's probably like of all the Hallmark movies I've done. Oh, maybe The Case is one, the new was one, but that's one where I legitimately like. Cause listen, my sensibilities. I don't really watch a lot of the movies I do for Hallmark just because I like little like more edgier kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that I don't like I dislike them; it's just not my thing. But The Three Wise Men was legitimately like because it was one of the first times I think they actually said they let it push into a comedy. Like we want comedy, we're going for comedy, and it was really funny. And so, yeah, that's one I'm most proud of, for sure.
So the last film is Campfire Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
This one sort of did that too.
Yeah.
But they did something very different. All their films have been strictly just winter Christmas.
Yeah.
With this one, it was a summer camp story. So how was it on set with all of these guys here? And do you have anything that you can spoil about Mr. Blue there. He's a massive star now.
Yeah.
But what is he like in person?
Oh, dude, he's awesome. That movie was so fun to do, and that's a true story. Like that camp exists.
Mm-hmm.
That movie was so fun. We shot that on Vancouver Island at this like camp. Off the, like, ironically, the weather that month, I think it was like April. We were shooting it in April or May. Was unseasonably cold, and sometimes freezing. And we're all in like summer outfits.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the extras had to like jump in the water and stuff like that. It was freezing. So the shooting was kind of miserable. It was kind of, because it was an ensemble of like, there's like 6 leads basically.
Mm-hmm.
And we're in a lot of the same scenes. So every scene they got to get coverage. So my buddy David directed that, and it just meant that we had, every day was like, actor wise, was like a 12-hour day, 14-hour day, just because we had to get everything done. And then like Corbin got COVID at one point during filming, so we had to like switch the shooting around. So he had like 3 days off, and then the weekend off, and then he could go back on Monday. So everything got switched around, which means now I think I did 6 days in a row that were 14-hour days.
Oh God!
But we get overtime, and so that movie, financially, that movie was really, really good to me.
Yes.
But Corbin was awesome, dude. He is such a nice guy. He's such a nice guy, and we had to do the dancing thing. So we had this dance, and in the script, his character wasn't supposed to know how to dance, and so we did. We had rehearsals, dance rehearsals.
Mm-hmm.
We had like 3 of them, and the first one, like and like, wait, aren't you like? Because I didn't watch High School Musical or Dance for the Stars. Yeah. Like, aren't you like a dancer guy? He's like, yeah. And we did the first thing, and I'm like, dude, you're fucking unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like, I'm awful. Like, I'm like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. We have to change it, where whatever. So I think there's a line in the script where we were doing a scene, and I went, hey, when did you learn how to dance, by the way? He's like, I took a summer camp, or I took a couple classes last year for whatever. So we added that in to make it make more sense, because he's unbelievable. But that movie was so much fun. Like, that cast, like Alec and Jeffrey, God, that guy kills me.
Oh, Jeffrey. Oh my God.
He's so
Love
funny.
him.
He's so funny. And then Caitlin, my wife, she's awesome. Tori's sneaky hilarious too. Like, she's like the pretty blonde, like, the lead. Like, she's super funny. So that movie was really, really fun to be a part of. And yeah, what else? So yeah, I mean, that's when was that? 2022?
2022.
Yeah, right. Okay, so that was only 2 years ago. My memory is like, oof.
Yeah.
What else can I talk about with that movie?
What? Here's one.
Yeah.
What can you tell us about this look right here?
Oh God. Oh
what
yeah.
Was this like? Oh my goodness! What that gray just beard? What was that made out of? And what was that like to put on?
That was sequins, and we had to glue it on my face because it wouldn't stay anywhere else. And so getting it off was a pain in the ass.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it took like an extra 45 minutes after we wrapped to get, because they had, to put the stuff on, because I'm like, oh, I'll just do it. And I was like scraping at my skin with this thing, and it was like, they're like, no, you idiot. That's really bad for your skin. Don't do that. It's going to take some time. We got it. But yeah, I just remember, like, because me and Jeffrey would kind of like improv a lot on that too. And there's this one beat. I think it made the movie where he's like, okay, everyone listen up. And I raised my hand. And he's like, yes, we need the sequence. Stop asking. So that part wasn't in the script, but I wanted to be like, okay, can we draw attention to the fact that this is happening?
Mm-hmm.
And that was fun. And then that play we did where we come out, and I'm such a bad actor. and I'm trying, and I put my hand in her face, and she moves it, and God, it was funny. And then we did the dance, and that was, surprisingly not that awful.
Yeah, that movie, they pushed that film so hard that's their first time they ever tried a different type of a Christmas film.
Yeah.
And that was a real risk. Is there anything as an actor that you would like to see them do with a film? What's one type of story or a holiday that you would like to act in for that channel?
Like an adventure kind of like, I know they've kind of dabbled a bit, but lean into the adventure part of it, like treasure hunting,
Mm-hmm.
something like that. Like, I think that would be fun. You have the romantic comedy adventure, like throwback to like Romancing the Stone and that kind of thing.
Yes.
That would be like, I'd sign up on immediately to be in that.
And we should just say this now. Our cast has to be Matt Hamilton.
Yep.
And Hunter King.
Hunter King. Who's that?
She is in the Santa Summit.
Okay,
and she is Joey King's older sister.
Okay, I'm gonna look her up right now. Oh yeah, she's in. Yes.
Yep.
100%. Hunter, you're in.
And then it would have to be directed by let's see. I'm just gonna throw in my good friend Jason Bourke.
Yes, I love Jason. I've worked with him a bunch.
I get to talk to him again on Saturday, which I'm so excited. Love Jason.
Oh, cool.
He's awesome.
He's the best, dude. Talk about like a guy who runs an awesome set. Like he's so nice. I did that one the World Record Christmas.
Yep. I
auditioned for the main dude, and I didn't get it. And then because I've worked with Jason a lot, he's like, "Hey, do you want to do this other one? This other role? It's only a couple days, but I'll get you in and out every day." I was like, "Sure, that sounds great." So every day I was in that movie. I think it was like only 3 days. It's like, first scene, done. I'm done for the day. Go home. So it was awesome. It was fun. And that movie, I think that movie was really well received, wasn't it?
Oh, everybody loved it. They had the guts to bring in a genre and a real life story that nobody ever knew. And I heard, oh my gosh, he said they shot that tower scene where they knocked it over once because nobody on that crew wanted to build that set again.
Oh man.
And everybody was so careful. Nobody even sneezed or moved there. They were said, if you move, God bless you, because you may get fired.
Yeah.
you may get fired. But he's awesome. I love that film. Nikki is great. I haven't got to talk to her yet, but she's awesome.
She's incredible. I've done a couple movies with her, but she's like, talk about great attitude and great actor too. But like just the energy that being around her is just like all positive. She's great.
Mm-hmm. So we have a few more non-film questions, but they are.
Okay.
These are just generals.
Okay.
What's your favorite Christmas film of all time?
Well, there's some debate whether it's
Die Hard does count.
Okay, well then I'll just do this.
Oh hell yeah. Hell yeah.
So yeah, Die Hard.
It takes place during the Christmas season.
It's Christmas music.
Christmas music played, and it takes place at a Christmas party.
Yeah.
So
I'm with you. I'm with you. And Christmas, shout out Christmas Vacation, National Lampoon's. I love that movie. I watch that one every year. Oh God, there's a bunch. I mean, Elf is a classic.
Yep.
That movie kills me.
That's my personal favorite.
Is it? Yeah, that's great. What are some other ones you like? Is it that maybe?
Home Alone 1 and 2.
Yeah, Home Alone's really funny.
The Grinch with Jim Carrey is always great. And then my other favorite is a Hallmark one.
Yeah.
Called Christmas Under Wraps with Candace Cameron Bure.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've worked with Candace a couple times. She's super nice.
Oh, it's just so charming,
Mm-hmm.
so charming, so sweet, and that's the film that hooked me on this, on everything.
Yeah.
But with that question, some people have a wrapping movie where they have that film on when you wrap all your gifts. What's that film for you if you have one?
Oh, good question. Well, it's not going to be any of the ones I reference because that's always when you sit down and watch.
Mm-hmm.
Like we watch, it's got to the point now because Die Hard's my favorite movie, where my mom every Christmas is like, okay, when should we watch Die Hard? And we watch it as a family. And then Christmas Vacation is always Christmas Eve. You know what movie I watched for the first time this year? Christmas movie.
Uh-huh.
It's so bad, but it's also so funny because it's so bad. It's unintentionally hilarious. Have you seen Jingle All the Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Oh my gosh, put the cookie down. No.
Yeah, it is.
It's so bad.
The ending of that movie with the robots is, you're like, who thought this was a good idea? But it's hilarious because it's so stupid.
And that ending, I'm sorry. If I was Arnold, I would be so pissed. You go through all that.
Yeah.
And your little brat gives that toy away?
Oh yeah, I know. No kidding. You're like, oh, I get it. Christmas spirit, but
Christmas spirit, but I got into a fight with Sinbad over this thing, and I fought the Big Show as
God.
Santa Claus. So stupid.
Very dumb.
It's so fun.
You know what? Okay, I'll pick my wrapping movie. I'm looking at movies right now. Oh God, that's bad. I'm gonna go with oh, you know what? I'll go with the Christmas Chronicles. That's that Kurt Russell one. I thought that was fun. That's a good one to have on while you're doing stuff.
My personal one I watch every year is Christmas Vacation.
Yeah.
It's I kid you not, as soon as maybe October 20th hits, I'm like, man, I'm in the mood just for this movie. What's your favorite line from that movie specifically?
Oh, from Christmas Vacation?
Mm-hmm.
I love the one. I mean, God, there's so many because you've seen it so many times. So like all these like B ones come in when he's like talking to Eddie after he shows up and he's screws the eggnog thing up. He's like, Eddie, can I get you anything? And another eggnog, drive you out to the middle of nowhere, leave you for dead. Or I wouldn't be, if I woke up with my head stapled to the floor, I wouldn't be more surprised than I am right now.
Yeah.
That his rant at the end, hallelujah, where's the Tylenol? And then like every scene with Cousin Eddie just kind of nails it, right?
Shitter's full.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh
and
my
then,
God.
And then when he's like, what's that line? When he's like, when they're shopping.
Oh, when they're in the grocery store.
When he's grabbing all the dog food. He's like,
yeah.
And he asked him, I can't remember what it is. He asked him, he's like, no, I'm good. He's like, no, the kids. Like,
yeah.
Yeah. Whatever that line is. Anyways, oh God. There's so many in that movie. I don't know, Margot. Yeah. I'm going to go with the drive you out in the middle of nowhere, leave you for dead. For now.
Mm-hmm.
As of right now, that'll be mine. But I'm sure I'll think of a line in like 5 minutes and be like, damn it. I should have said that one.
My favorite lines, I have to pick a whole scene. It's when he's in the mall with Mary.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's so
hotter than they are.
Can't see a line, Russ.
Yeah, can't see a line, can you, Russ? Nope.
Nope.
Oh God.
Big wide eyes. Oh, my mom's gonna kill me.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so much fun. That movie is potentially in the top 5 greatest comedies of all time. It's so quotable. I just bought this one shirt.
Oh,
I
here's
might
one.
go find it.
When cousin Eddie can't go tobogganing, he's like, "Yeah, I got this this thing in his head." He's like, "Yeah, and what is it? The garage door opened and I pissed my pants and forgot who
Oh yeah.
for 30 minutes." Oh God.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's stupid, but it's so good.
Yeah.
What's your favorite TV show of all time? What's your main show where you're bored or you're in bed and you need something? What's that comfort show for you?
Oh, Seinfeld.
Seinfeld.
Yeah. Also love like The Simpsons, like the early Simpsons were the first kind of like. I mean, I recently just went in order up to like season 25, where I just toss it on and like there's still some bangers, but you know. I mean, they're on season whatever they're on now, 36.
36.
36. Like the writers must be like, what haven't we done? What have we not done? Like, oh my God. But there's some really funny ones. But my go-to like favorite, especially like sitcom, like, I mean, I don't throw on like Breaking Bad or The Wire when I'm like, oh, okay, I'll watch an episode, because you have to be kind of locked in for that. But Seinfeld was the one for sure.
Hands down, phenomenal show. Phenomenal
Yeah.
show. And my last question for you is, do you have any projects coming up that you can say anything about? Anything coming out or anything that you just wrapped?
I just wrapped. I mean, no one who watches your show is going to watch this horror movie, but it's called Pitfall. So that, I mean, I just wrapped that. I mean, talk about different than Hallmark. I mean, a lot of night shoots, a lot of going to bed at like 7 in the morning, 8 in the morning.
For the kids. No.
Yeah, exactly. So that movie's pretty gnarly. There's some gnarly shit in that movie. It's not for the faint of heart. So if you're a Hallmark fan, you're like, oh, I want to give it a shot, and those aren't your movies, and you want to watch it because I'm in it, don't do it. It's gross. I have this indie movie called Dance Mom. I don't know when that's coming out. So Pitfall will be next year. Dance Mom will be next year, and I'm trying to think. Well, you know what? What does my IMDb say? I think I'm missing something. Oh, Hunter King. Hello. It is upcoming. Oh, yeah, that one. That's a thriller inspired by true events. I think that's going to be on Lifetime or Tubi or something, but I have no idea when that comes out. But I play a cop that my wife, her ex-boyfriend escapes out of prison, is hiding out at her place as we're kind of like hunting for him. I think it's based on a true thing, but yeah, so I got to play like a jealous, kind of immature, hothead cop. So that was fun. That was fun. I did that. I don't know, some point in June. That sounds about right. Yeah, so that's all I got so far, and then I'm shooting a show in a couple weeks, TV show. I mean, I think it's called Wild Cards. It's a comedy thing. I think I can say that if I already did. So tough shit. Yeah, that's it. And then just kind of back on the grind, auditioning. I got a couple writing things percolating that we're hoping to kind of get pushed through. And then, yeah.
Oh yeah. One more question. Who are some actors and actresses in the Hallmark world you haven't met or worked with yet that you would love to do a film with?
I haven't worked with Ben. I mean, it's hard because I'm trying not to do any supporting stuff for Hallmark anymore. Like I'm trying not to do that because I've been considered for a couple leads, and that's kind of where I'd like to go. So, however, when someone knocks on my door and they say we have the 3 Wise Men and a Baby, I'm like, yeah, I got to do that. That's very funny. So if there's something interesting and like funny, I'm still probably going to do it. But I don't think I've worked with Ben. But I think we look too much alike, so I don't think that would ever happen.
Well, I mean, you could do like a
brother thing or something like that.
Brother or a cousin or something. Maybe like a Christmas Tree Lane film. He's in a.
Oh yeah.
That maybe you show up as a brother in a film next year with him.
Yeah.
Maybe?
Oh, I got one here. This one, Cindy Busby.
I love Cindy.
She's we've worked together on not on a Hallmark thing, but she's one of my best buds, and we've been trying to like find a project for us and kind of do that. So yeah, I would love to work with Cindy because we would have an awesome time. She's such a fun hang. She's rad. So Busby, that's my answer. And Busby, if you watch this, don't let this go to your head. You're not that cool.
she is so great. I've talked to her. She's amazing. I'm gonna have her on. I don't want to say a date.
Yeah.
I don't want to say a date, but I will spoil this. I'm gonna have her, the director and the writer of a new film she's in coming up soon. That's all I'll say. But
Cool.
she will be on soon. She's so sweet. We text every once in a while. She's such a sweetheart. I love Cindy. Love her to death.
She's the best, man. She's the best.
But thank you guys for watching this podcast. Like, subscribe if you're new. And where can we find you on social media, Matt?
You can well, it's funny. My Instagram got hacked, so I have a temporary one set up. I'm trying to get my other one back, but it's just been a ordeal. So you can find me on Instagram at MattHamilton_official. So it's that for now. Hopefully I get my other one back. If I don't, whatever, life goes on. But yeah.
Yeah. And as always, follow me here. I have a fun interview coming tomorrow with Barbara Niven.
Oh, I've worked with her. She's great.
I am I allowed to say this? Yes. So I was supposed to get Miss Ali Sweeney on.
Yeah.
But she's shooting a film right now and she can't find it in any of the time. So I was offered her. And I'm like, who would be stupid enough to say no to Barbara Niven?
Yeah, she's so fun. She's got she's like just this like orb of happiness and good attitude that just floats around set whenever she's there. She's great.
I can't wait to talk to her. The nerves, I mean, are up there.
Yeah.
But you know what? She's a legend for a reason.
Yeah.
And then on Saturday, I'm recording the episode with Jason. I'll probably have that up on Sunday. After that, I have a couple more interviews that I'm trying to work on. But hey, never ending. And of course, all of our Facebooks, the YouTube, and all of our Instagrams in the box down below for me, Kirsten, and Amanda. And again, Matt, they wish they could have been here, but there's always next time.
I'm offended they're not here. I'm upset. Pass that along.
Never coming on this podcast again because you ruined it, girls. Yeah. No. But in all seriousness, they can't wait to see you next time. And as always, everybody, keep your heart full of Hallmark.